Guys, XRP as well as Solana has had a ton of volume over the past 24 hours. As you guys can see, some big things happened overnight as well as into this morning here within these top cryptocurrencies. In today's video, we will be dissecting Solana as well as XRP. And then if we have time, we'll be looking at the S&P 500, which may have made a dent on the cryptocurrencies that we're going to be going over today. Now, yesterday we made a video talking about how we could potentially be getting into Solana earlier and beat the rush that could come. We were still trying to find a top resistance on Solana on its 4-hour charts here, which we've had to tweak ever so slightly. Originally, we had it drawn like this, and you can see here this doesn't necessarily look the best in regards to the downtrend that is forming on Solana. But with a slight tweak to the graph, you can see that we're still kind of within a massive bull flag formation. However, there's still hope and there is still a silver lining within not only Solana as well as XRP. Yesterday, we did discuss that XRP has not yet confirmed a breakout that is viable enough to buy in and long to the upside, but Solana there was, and we did take that risk. Unfortunately, we did get stopped out. However, with a couple more hours or maybe a couple more days, we'll still be able to fill in this beautiful bull flag formation here and still be able to capitalize and make up for the loss that we did take yesterday. So I am not at all, upset with what happened with yesterday's market. There was massive movement and massive volume and massive volatility that took over the entire market. And just with a couple of downers here, we'll talk later on in the afternoon with the afternoon episode, how there were some other cryptocurrencies that we weren't able to capitalize on, specifically looking at Ethereum. Ethereum was a huge buy-in not only for yesterday and the day before, but also today with the massive market movement and the massive continuation. So if you guys want to know more about Ethereum, make sure to stay tuned for the episode in the afternoon. But for today's video, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into the episode. So guys, yes, unfortunately, we did make a video yesterday talking about the fact that Solana could be breaking out earlier and it might not be too late to get in. Now, unfortunately, we did get stopped out on that, quick 4-hour trade, which is a risk you got to take when getting in on 4-hour charts. You got to get in, you got to get out. There's lots of volatility, but it did offer some clarity to the markets, which we're going to go over in a second with you. As you guys can see on the current coin market cap, quickly refreshing here, you can see we're trading at $1.77 trillion in global crypto market cap, down about 1.4. And you can see it's interesting. We're even having this article here. Market rallies after Bitcoin ETF approval. Did we actually get the approval here? I just want to pull that up. Says 5 leaders among spot trading ETFs by trading on the first day. So we did get the approval. Grayscale, 2.3 billion, BlackRock, 1 billion, Fidelity, 700 million, ARK 21 shares, 288 million, and Bitwise, $125 million. So lots of approval for these Bitcoin ETFs, which is pretty nuts. I guess we'll talk about this more later on in the afternoon in the Bitcoin segment here, but it's pretty much cause a massive swing and a massive movement within these markets. And typically what we see across the board here is big volume up and big volume down. People like to buy the rumor and sell the news. It's interesting too, if we zoom into the top here, you can see what it's showing us here. There's a 21% dip on exchanges here over the past 24 hours in volume, and then market cap has also dipped about 1.4. So pretty nuts. You can see we've had a ton, and I mean a ton of 24-hour volatility across the board here. The fact that we dropped 21% is absolutely nuts. Volume over 24 hours dropping that quick is pretty insane if you ask me. 19.6% over the past 24 hours. We've had a ton of volatility across the board here, which we're going to have to go in specifically right now with you. Let me just pull this back up. You could see, I guess we'll start with XRP here. XRP is the one crypto that we haven't pulled the trigger on just yet. We've been waiting patiently for that confirmation break. I have a lot more certainty with our price ceiling on XRP than I do with Solana. Solana is new to the game. It's new to the volatility, and it's new to us tracking it. And we haven't necessarily confirmed a top resistance just yet. XRP, we have that. We've already figured that out. We are trying to find our bottom support, but our top resistance has been steady and rock solid for the past couple of weeks here, which is definitely a good sign. And you can see we've been using this as a means of support for when to buy in and when to sell short. Now, we have been able to intra-trade within the bull flag formation here, because typically when we have these bull flags, what happens is we form what's called a flagpole, which is what I'm drawing now. And what happens within this here is it pretty pretty much symbolizes when bottom is and when top is, and so on and so forth. And what I mean by that is when we end up hitting, top resistance, we can buy in and anticipate a short to the downside, and vice versa. When we hit bottom, we can anticipate a reversal to the up and down, and so on and so forth. And that's how we can take advantage of market movements like this. And you can see the last one, the Elliott wave, the fifth retest here, was a prime opportunity of that a couple of days ago, where bottom is and where reversal is to the upside here. However, what we're mainly focused on is the big break that will come within XRP when the time comes, which is when this beautiful bull flag breaks. We need a confirmed closure above major resistance. The price ceiling is right at this downtrend that we've drawn in yellow here, and you can see how many times we've used this as a means of resistance to reject and correct lower here. It's not the first time, and it's not the last. Just as early as yesterday, we retested this with hopes to break through it. That didn't happen. We actually corrected lower, which is unfortunate. So this is still at play, and the reason I'm so confident that this is a solid resistance that we can look at and a solid technical indicator that we can look at is because historically we've had XRP for over a year now use bull flag formations as its way of making market movements here. You can see all last year was positive gains, higher lows and higher highs consistently, heading up, which is absolutely phenomenal if you ask me. So it's a continued pattern here. We've tracked this with 4 confirmed here, and we're now on to our 5th bull flag formation here. And this is a big one stemming all the way back till October of 2023, really hitting its peak in November of 2023. This has been playing out for many, many, many months. You can see if I take the date range here, how many days this has pretty much been forming. It's been almost 83 days. It could go on to 100 days of just consolidation and filling in this gap here within this XRP beautiful bull flag formation here. What we're truly waiting on, like I said before, is a breach above this. That's it. We've attempted it numerous occasions here. So what we're waiting for now is a breach above that major resistance. And once that happens, then we can anticipate a buy-in. One thing we do have to consider is a possible correction back down after we get outside. It's not the first time we've had a bit of volatility breaching that resistance here. You can see the last time on the second confirmation, we broke out, we consolidated down, and then we continue to spiral higher. So there is a possibility we could see not just a straight moonshot, but a little bit of consolidation and then followed by a correction to the upside here. It's just something you have to pay attention to, but this has been a very long bull flag in the making here, and we have not yet confirmed that breach above that resistance, and that's what we're paying close attention to. Now, before I talk about Solana, I just want to give a huge shout out to BidFi. This is one of our favorite exchanges, or one of my favorite exchanges to use to trade around here. The reason I'm shouting them out is because they just told me that they're doing multiple rewards for new users who sign up. $100 in free USDT for signing up with a link down in the description below. Then another $200 in bonus for not only signing up for depositing cryptocurrency, and then another 200 USDT for trading. So you can earn for new users around $500 in USDT by signing up with that link down in the description below. It's literally that simple. Another really cool feature with BidFi is not only have we been able to track and trade things like Solana, which is very unique to this exchange, but also Bitcoin, XRP, so on and so forth. You can see XRP loaded up right here. Another cool feature, not only do they have that $500 in free sign-up bonus money, you also have a way to earn over $2,000 in free cryptocurrency. And then on top of that, you can even test out your skills using the demo account. This is the best way to test your skills, practice on the market, and kind of figure out whether or not trading is right for you. It's very simple. It's free. They give you $50,000 in Monopoly money to test your skills on this demo account. They have not only Bitcoin, but they have Solana as well as XRP and a lot of the other major cryptocurrencies that you can use to better yourself. If you can trade around, confidently on an exchange using the demo account, make a few consecutive positive trades, then you might be ready to switch over to the live account and start trading with real cryptocurrency. So make sure to check out BidFi, sign up and earn their $500 with the link down in the description below ASAP. And now to dive back into the markets here, that's pretty much what we've been waiting for. A consolidative market movement on XRP, a continued bull flag formation here. We're still waiting for the confirmation to buy in. We thought we could jump the gun early on Solana, and unfortunately that is just not the case. You can see if I pull up the daily resistance here, we've been tracking something, and it's quite interesting. Originally, I had drawn it like this. This was like the bull flag here. You can see exactly how this would, reference a breakout to the upside here. And that's what kind of got me stuck here. We saw the confirmation closer closure just yesterday or 2 days ago here, which was outside the downtrend. And then yesterday would have been that buy-in opportunity that we could have taken advantage of. And that is not the case at all. And it's unfortunate because things were pretty much showing signs of a breakout. And I'm still a firm believer that we are going to see that breakout to the upside here. What's crazy is when you scale it out and you start looking at the 4-hour charts here, you'll notice how we haven't included the other resistances in the past here, which would scream that we haven't necessarily drawn the bull flag correctly here. And when you start to move this up, you can start to incorporate other things here. And you can see now how this starts to incorporate 3 resistances here. You can see now we're starting to get a solid price ceiling here. 3 confirmations of resistance. I'm also starting to notice a potential uptrend. Whether or not this is valid is kind of up for grabs. I'm actually not going to use it here. I think the biggest way for us to redeem ourselves from the massive bull flag formation here that's still forming on Solana with our new higher lows is, again, confirmation above major downtrend here. We've now confirmed on the 4-hour charts 3 resistances here. So at some point, if we can break this, which we will at some point soon, that'll be that opportunity to run. Because I don't think we've broken out just yet. I don't think it's over. I don't think we're now reversing to a downtrend. I still think there is a breakout in sight here. It's just a matter of time before it does. You can see in the past here, we've used this major yellow resist or support as a means to head higher consistently here. And every time we get sandwiched in, the decision usually responds with a bullish break to the upside here. It hasn't happened yet, which is unfortunate, but I still think it will. You can see we're filling in the gap, pulling back to the downside here. We could even draw some sort of Elliott wave pattern here. Some sort of, maybe, don't quote me on it, but you can see the possible correction here, and we're looking for maybe one last retest to bottom support followed by an immediate reversal. So we could expect to see another correction down to support and then that break to the upside here. But keep your eyes peeled on this market here, because just because we bought in and we corrected below our newly found support on the 4-hour charts doesn't necessarily mean we're out of the woodworks just yet. We still need to wait for this to break, and I think it is going to come, and I still think this is a very solid bull flag to track. We just dove in a little bit early. Sometimes we can't make, profitable trades every single time in a row. And yesterday was a good example of that. But we still have long-term probability that we are going to be heading up. We just need to fill in this gap just a bit more before we get the results that we're looking for here. And lastly, with the S&P, we're starting to kind of play around with a new technical indicator. Whether or not accurate is up for debate. A broadening wedge is starting to appear here, and we're starting to correct downwards off that major resistance. We had a big volatile market yesterday, closing pretty low here. And you can see even within yesterday, a lot of the cryptos didn't see much movement, overall. You can see if we go to the 11th here, where we opened the 11th at about 100, we close right at 98. So only a $2 loss. It's really not much of a movement overall within Solana. Same thing with XRP. Literally where we opened, we closed yesterday, and the same thing applies with today. You can see here, Solana it's pretty crazy. Solana says it fell 7%, which is true, and 2.8 for XRP, but you can see within Solana here, if I jump to the daily, it wasn't a big tumble. Like where we opened from and where we are currently, it's not a big drop here. So overall, I don't think we look that bad. We're still playing this in. There hasn't been those big wicks and those big candles that we're anticipating. So I would just sit this one tight, wait for this to fill in this gap here, and then we can probably get that decision that we're looking for. It is unfortunate, but you can see we are still in good standing, right intertwined with moving average. Things look good overall. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace. Or I'll see you in the afternoon. Peace.